having the conversation before having the kink is key. And having the conversation can be sometimes awkward. So one of the things that I recommend, if you really feel awkward about it and you would really like to have it, I recommend writing down. Actually, you can get a couple jars out between you and your lovers, right? Jars can be fun, lists can be fun. Jars can just be fun because you can stick your hand in like it's a cookie jar and you can pull it out like there's candy. And then you can put on one jar, you can write, definitely want to try. And then in another jar, like, definitely this is a no-go. And then on another jar, you can write curious, maybe. This is a maybe jar. And if you don't know of any ideas, you can head over to my website, milicajelenic.com. I have a list of do's, don'ts, and maybes on there. It's very vanilla with a few added bonuses. But for some people, even this can be a little bit kinky for them. Even like having sex in different locations can be an experience of kink as well. So moving out of vanilla into kink can be very subtle. It can be something as subtle as wearing coverings over your eyes for desensitization to sight, but then enhancing other sensations. And again, all of that needs to be consented to. So even though this looks like it's not consent, somebody wrapping your eyes with a blindfold can seem like this is not consent. And again, anybody who's gone through trauma, been abducted, or been, anything that happened where they were blindfolded first, this might not be your go-to. This might be something that you consider after having some assistance first. So it's a good thing to have some ideas in advance that can help you. So I do have that list, and it's kind of on the vanilla. And if you'd like a more kinky list with some more additional things like wearing nipple clamps, I don't think that's on my list. I wrote the list quite a few years ago. Like nipple clamps, nipple tweaking, CBT, which I will just go with. You guys know what C stands for. It's the big COCK. So I'm just going to spell that so that it doesn't get pulled. Yeah, like the rooster, the rooster balls and torturing of the rooster and balls. So, and torture is only torture because it's consensual, non-consent. So the person knows and they're agreeing and there are safe words involved. So talking about kink, one of the things you can also start with so you can start with those jars. You can put things into those jars, ideas, strips of paper with your ideas on there, put them in the jars. And then have a conversation. You don't have to have the whole conversation in one night and take like 12 hours, but you can set aside time in a week, just like you would for a date, just like you would for doing all of your finances as well. If you have financial conversations, have some sexual conversations with your partner, set aside the time. And if you're doing that, then what you can do is you can pull out 1 or 5, and depending on how much time you have set aside for these conversations, and discuss what some of the things that came out of that jar, how you feel about them. One partner might feel really good about it and one partner might not feel so good about it. So if there's discord in that, there are conversations that can be had to understand why one partner might have discord in it, and it might allow them to be more open to talk about it or consider it. And if it's something that you need facilitation with, you can connect with me through milicajelenic.com. That's MILICAJELENIC.com. You can go down to my book now link and book some time with me so that we can go through that, because also some of the ideas might bring things up, might trigger you. So if you do get triggered even by this conversation and you're like, okay, what is it about this word kink that just gets me going? I'd love to hear it.